All right, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wow, that was a fucking adventure getting online. Anybody here today? You guys all leave me. I can't say I blame you. Um, I am live, right? I am live. There you go. I get these things a little clearer. So what's up there, Sarge's corner? Yeah, it's Saturday morning. What's going on? A lot of stuff going on. A lot of good things going on. Who's here? Nerivar 456. Good morning, Mr. NM. I'm doing well, my friend. Doing well. Teddy Bush. She's here. Good stuff. Don't need no man. Stop telling me I do. I have all this stuff. I've been playing with a lot with AI. And hey, the dog. How you doing, man? Lakota Warrior. Good morning. Good morning. Doing great. Yeah, what happened is I've been playing with AI a lot. And unfortunately, I think it's messed up my entire my phones don't work right anymore. And everything's, do you guys notice that your phones are kind of getting wanky? My computers are all messed. My phones aren't working right. Hey, Lightning Bolt, how do you do? I got check some. Yes, Darwin may be on today. I'm finding out right now. I've been talking to Darwin quite a bit. He's having some life changes. All right. Hang on. Is today? Yeah, daylight savings time happened. Yeah. LNZ. It's night here in India. Good. Good. And you're here talking to me. We should be out doing stuff in India. Yeah, so I've been playing a little bit, man. Mondo Virus, or is it Mondo Various? Yeah, it's good to see you too, brother. It's good to see you. Yeah, I look forward to these little these interactions. Now, need back to the Nokia Sense, brother. I'm telling you what, in terms of this thing here, the iPhone, man, I'm over it, man. Bolt, you can't peel me. Yes, you can. Lightning Bolt, how you doing? That already exists, man. That already freaking exists. I've seen it. We're fighting it. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. There's a massive transition happening in the video game industry right now. People getting laid off, companies shutting down. I'm sure some of you know my friend's company, Deviation Games. They closed their doors. That's interesting. Maybe one day I'll talk more about that, but that's really interesting. There's a lot going on. You guys ready for the next couple of years are going to be really this is an election year, and how many can vote? Are you going to vote? I hope you vote. It's important that you do. Hey, Raiden, how you doing? It kind of does, right? This is a Woods outfit right here. Got the hat, got the hoodie, got the combat jacket, got the blue screen in back. Yeah, you're right. That's a big that. Hey, Raiden. Thanks to ahead of you. That's my father said, never use drugs, my son. Otherwise, you would be like Alex Mason talking to the walls. Yeah, probably. Epsilon Church. Good to, man, people are showing up, man. This is I love this. Let you guys show up. Hey, Devin, how you doing? It has been a while. Yeah. Triumph. What's the option though? I mean, things are. I was watching a thing by Dr. Phil, who I'm not a big fan of. I think sometimes Dr. Phil, well, old Dr. Phil was very, very left leaning, and new Dr. Phil has come into a new way of thinking about. I like the fact that he's always about personal responsibility, but sometimes he let people off the hook, which I didn't appreciate. Now he just did a thing down at the border, and there's all these Chinese bases down there in the Darien Gap and all that stuff. So I'm paying attention. Hey, Brian Smith with the best logo in the world, like the Yankees logo. Brock Fuller is here in the house, looking handsome as ever. Yeah. Well, it's about learning, right? AI is about learning how to use. It's a new tool. You got it. I have to see it as a tool, as a way to make things easier. But what that requires is like I've gotten lazy. I usually do like a breakdown and build up of my computers once a year, but last year it was a little crazy for me, so I didn't do that. So I'm still operating. I may have changed my company name too. It's no longer, Ice Water is no longer in existence. And by doing so, they wiped out my website. They wiped out a whole bunch of things, got destroyed because of that. So I'm like, okay, I need to upgrade everything. My phones, it's. Hey, Teddy Bush. So, anyways, yes, it's a tool. I got to learn how to use these tools more effectively. I am using them more effectively. I just got to learn more. Teddy Bush. Still recovering from a fever. Yeah, I got sick too. I got sick this week too, man. I came back from a hockey tournament and I felt great, and then I got to LA and the rains came, and next thing I got a little bit of a virus thing. So I'm getting better. Yeah, I'm on the way up. I'm training again. I feel good again. Gonna start playing hockey next week. Things are looking up. Feel good. May have a movie to talk about. The Avail came in yesterday. I'll find out if it's real or not. Tornado Alley. Thank you. Why did your okay, Tornado? First of all, thank you for the contribution. It's always appreciated. And I will have a coffee on you. Actually, how about a little bit of tea? And yours turned gray half an hour. Why did your day turn gray? Oh man, really? Ah man, I'm sorry. That's hard. That's rough, man. We are a big puppy channel here, so I think we all feel the same. Sorry about that, dude. That's awful. Yeah. So yeah, Jamie, that's right out of Black Ops 2. Yeah. We're gonna get in bed with the country. We're gonna make equipment that's made by our enemy, controlled solely by China. All that Black Ops 2 stuff is coming. It's coming to fruition, isn't it? Hey, Omar, I'm doing great. Thanks, buddy. Gino, glad you're here early, man. You're always a happy presence for us. Yeah. Just started doing hockey. Yeah, I started. I used it. I had to use hockey as a motivator, as a way to get my ass out of bed in the morning, start working out and training and stuff. So playing a hockey tournament was great. Now, yeah, I pulled a couple muscles. But no injuries. I just pulled, strains that those aren't injuries. Those are just musculature things that we got to deal with. Injuries like when you break a bone or you separate a shoulder or you need knee surgery. So that's the how I view that. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. When I lost animals, the first thing I did within like 2 days, I went to a dog kennel. Just started playing with puppies. I don't know, man. For me, if I play with puppies for a while, everything's better. I just love, I just love playing with puppies. Puppies, like we've always said, if you cannot look at a big bushel of puppies and not start feeling good about life, there's something deeply fucking wrong with us. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Arda, how you doing? It's good to see you. Shuni is here. Of course, we love our Shuni. 13 years, man, that's a long, long time to have a friend. Lose them. That's awesome, though. You know. Toby, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it. We're going to be here for at least an hour. You're not missing anything. Do I know what the true ending is? Well, that was the thing. When Dave did that, Dave Anthony, he wanted to give consequence to actions and decisions. So there are three results, and the result you get really depends on the quality of your choices during the game. Like if you make a more well thought through, more say humanistic choice, or a more long-sighted choice, then you get a great outcome. For me, the outcome is I live and I have a rock concert. So that's I live and David and his dad are reunited. That's to me, that is the most desirable outcome. So that's the official outcome. If you make the wrong decisions in the game, then you don't get that outcome. So that's how I see it. But I know Dave really wanted to have we've talked about this many times. He really wanted to have multiple. I think we had originally almost 7 different results. Yeah, you know, Julian Sands was in Black Ops 2. He passed away last year. Yeah, Julian Sands, really nice guy. Worked as one of the endings. He was in it. I think he played Falco. Anyways, and we did a couple scenes together. Yeah. And McQueen, how you doing, kid? Glad you're here. Yeah. Safety's on, dipshit. Yeah, that's a great scene. In the queue, one of our favorites. All right, listen, go back to work, go make some money. That's more important than this crap. See you soon, man. Noble vengeance. Everything's been great, man. I'm coming into a groove. I've learned about being centered. Come into a groove. It's been kind of great. Yes, it is. Dadinson. Dave. This is Al. Al, this is Dave. Dave, this is your dad. I'll work this shit out on your own time like a couple of broads. There's Betsy. Where are my smokes? I love that, dude. Yeah. Yeah, man. Go into it. Go into the loss. You lost. It's a biological reaction. You actually there's something missing that it gave you endorphins and it's gone. And that whole embrace it, man. But remember that dog had a good life and I'm sure you treated him well. That's what I always do. I try to remember, okay, the dog, you know, when your dog is there, you know, and you treat it well, it's a badge of honor. So I think you're good. I'm still in California, man. I am in Burbank. There are changes coming. I'm not sure exactly when and where, but there are some things about to happen, I think. Um, and you know, well, how are you, dog? You're working? We need to have a conversation. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I'll catch up with you. Dog is one of our old OG cornerites. Special cat, very funny. Handsome, too. Oh, handsome motherfucker. Yeah. And you got a driver's license. I'm so happy, so proud of you. You know, so many kids do not want to drive these days. It makes me. I don't understand it. I know so many kids who are waiting for self-driving cars. Their parents are actually a lot of their parents are waiting too because they don't trust their kids driving. It's interesting. Brian, I don't know anything about the next one. I am not really in the loop. Don't really, you know, that's something out of my. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. There's a couple things happening over Treyarch over at Activision that make me wonder about a few things. What is my opinion on the Israel Hamas war? I have several opinions about that. My one the one that I hold as evidential And I said this about Black Lives Matter. I said it about police. I say it about, I go, if you want to solve a problem, you got to work both sides of the equation. That means, yes, you tell the police, you got to retrain the police, but you also train the community to be more respectful. When it comes with, if you really want to save Palestinian lives, then where's the pressure on Hamas to leave or stop? Where's the pressure there? There's no pressure. It's all one-sided pressure, which tells me that there's something else going on. Because if you really want to save lives, you work all sides of the issue. You work all sides of the equation. If you want to stop people dying from police shootings, then you tell the public to stop resisting arrest as well. Yes, get police to be differently trained and use different tactics, but you also tell the community, hey, stop making it a badge of honor to resist arrest. You got to work both sides of the equation. When I hear only one side of the equation being addressed, I know there's something else going on. So that's my opinion. My opinion is there's shit that's happening that I don't understand. But if you really want to save Palestinian lives, tell them, everybody who's trying to pressure Israel should be also pressuring Hamas to stop the shit they're doing. I don't hear any. I hear none of that. So that tells me there's something else going on. I didn't pick a side. I'm just saying, look, there's a lot of pressure on Israel to change its behavior, but there's no pressure on Hamas to change its behavior. To me, that tells me something else is going on. Yeah, I know. I know. I almost said that, but I know. Well, vigilance, vengeance, that's the thing. Focus on your life. Focus on building a life. That's what matters. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be talking. I talked to Darwin. Darwin takes his mom out to shop on Sundays. She lives in Vegas with him. And Darwin, so when he waits for her while she's shopping, that's when he calls me. He's sitting in the truck. Hey man, what are you doing? So I know when he calls, I know exactly what he's doing. He's also looking for a new job too. So yeah. No, I do. I still work a lot. I just don't. I'm not hustling the way. I used to love to just do work. I would do anything, anytime. That's why I've got like hundreds of unknown films because I used to love just to work. You're not an actor unless you're acting, right? So a lot of what I would do is I would just make sure that I always had something in the pipeline. So I've done so many jobs. Right now, I'm really just focusing on. I'm working on I have a show to do, and I'm working on a music show, and then I am really trying to get my body to be where I want. I'm reversing aging. I turn sick. I want my body. I want to be able to. I want to feel the confidence I had in my 30s. So I'm working real hard at getting into shape. And it's getting there. I'm getting there. I'm really happy with the outcome. So thanks for it. But no, I have like I said, I was working with Deviation Games a little bit. Now I think I got a movie to start working in April. We'll find out next week, but they've been checking on dates. Usually when they check on dates like that, it's because there's one or two of you and they like you. His producers need to know that when a director likes you, they need to know that you're available before it's like a negotiation thing. Yeah. By the way, how is California? The weather is beautiful, but my neighborhood's getting a little weird. This neighborhood, it's getting weird. There's elements here I've never seen before. People are, dumping trash barrels. So it's getting more like downtown. There's more homeless. There's more. It's changing. It's evolving into something that I'm not sure I want to be part of moving forward. So we'll see. Yeah, like it's strange. It's almost like there's a whole new. Yeah. I love that saying. Tornado. I love that. And it's true. Look it's never going to be all. the thing that I really had to learn this year again, another lesson, because it's always different layers. Don't you fucking say it. Don't you fucking suit the onion thing. Don't you fucking dare say it. The idea is that discomfort, we've been trained to worship comfort. And the minute we reject discomfort as some type of something negative, then we cheat ourselves out of growth. So yeah, it's going to be pain. We got to differentiate between what is pain and what is discomfort. Is there damage and injury, or am I just uncomfortable? And that is a lifetime learning process. It never, because it changes. What used to be painful is now just uncomfortable. And what was uncomfortable is turned into actual damage. So we have to really keep evolving to differentiate between what is pain and what is discomfort. So I love that, what your dad said. Love it. Yeah, well, when men have some experiences, we do gather some random shit, you know. Hey, Narks, how you doing, buddy? Glad you're here. Good to see you. I mean, again, is that a fact? It's been reported as such. I also hear that the body count is because Hamas does not wear a uniform. It's hard to tell who are civilians and who are actual fighters. I mean, it's complicated. That's the thing. You can't. I do not ever allow one thought of it, because everything you gotta compete against your own thoughts. Like I said, to me, I just look at balance. If I want to change something, I have to work from both sides. Like in a relationship, you know, you and your relationship, your woman or your man, you both have to move to the center point. Both have to model, because it's never just one thing. It's multiple things. So you have to address all the elements to change it. And there's so many things to talk about what's going on over there, that the fact that we're only seeing one aspect of it tells me that there's things we don't know. There's things that we can't make decisions because we're not given proper information. It's impossible. Everything is curated to attend to an agenda, you know. Hey, honest, yeah, I've been having a real big urge to jump on and play some Outbreak, but then it's just, you know, it's so lonely on there, man. It's just massive. I'm so used to playing with partners and stuff, and I just don't have the energy to go out there and do it. So what I see sand and more fucking sand. All right, Vengeance. Let me give a young man like you a vision from looking back to when I first started making a little bit of money. I did the same thing. I bought a really nice car. I would say this. I say, whatever that amount you're going to spend for that nice car, take that and put it in an investment, a long-term investment, because you can drive a lesser car and then put money away. Because when you're all of a sudden you're going to want to start having things, and getting that car, that's the most manipulated thing. Like somehow that's going to make you feel better. No, it's going to make you feel better. It's to have money in the bank so you can do what you want. When you take your energy now, your time and money, and create investments, learn about investments, get money to work for you. Okay. And that means maybe buy a used pickup, buy a used Corolla, buy a used car that's bought and paid for, drive that. Remember, your identity is not the car you drive. It's not the rings you wear. It's not, you know, it's the quality of life you get to live when you're not living paycheck to paycheck, or you're not struggling to pay off a car. Take that money, work on it, you know, learn about investing, learn about getting money to work for you. So that's my advice to you. I understand that the Audis are really cool, but you can Go buy yourself a nice 2010 something that you can, that's paid for, bought and paid for. It's easy to pay for. And live below your means, man. Don't, when money comes in, live below your means. Yes, buy yourself a nice steak dinner every now and then, but live below your means for 5 years. Put all that money into some type of account that builds wealth. And then the car you want is going to be easy to afford, right? That's what you want. That's my recommendation, Noble. When you start making cash, start building a portfolio. Well, it does. Here's the thing, and this is when it's confusing. It does have something to do with us because, you know, Israel is like our outpost in the Middle East. They're our only true ally in terms of how they see the world. It's a democracy, like we are a democracy, but yeah. So it's all intertwined, man. It's not the 1700s. We're not separated by a 3-month voyage on a sailing ship. World's into, you know, GE, all these corporations, they're not Americans. They're owner operated around the world. They have to play game with everybody. Everybody's in bed with China. I just went through this. I just went through a bunch of investment sort of inquiries, research, and Chinese money's in everything. That's an issue. It's in our education system. It's in our banking system. They're buying up farmland. They're buying up property. For what purpose, you know? I understand that. I believe me, I totally get that, Art. I totally get that. But again, like you said, where's the pressure on Hamas to change? Because if, you know, historically speaking, this is the cycle, right? All right, things slow down. Next thing you know, they rebuild tunnels. Next thing you know, they start lobbing grenades again. So the cycle is going to be perpetuated. And that's, well, how do you stop the cycle? Because without sustained peace, there can be no prosperity because they keep destroying each other. So where is the pressure on Hamas to change? I get it. They're under siege and it's awful what's happening. So let's get Hamas to change as well. Let's look, why is no one talking about that? That's my question. Why is there no pressure? You hear about pressure to have American police not behave a certain way, but yet there's no pressure to tell the community, stop resisting arrest. Stop that. You're dying. You can control your own destiny. You can control your life. Just stop fighting with the cops when you get arrested. If you're fucking up, you know. So that's the question here. Why are we not pressuring? Because I don't like people dying. Because it's just so. Anyways, it's frustrating to me that nobody is sitting there pressuring Hamas to change as well. I don't explain that to me. Why is there no pressure on Hamas to stop what they're doing so that people stop dying? You can work both sides of the equation. We're only working one. I want to work both. Yeah. Dude, Narks, I get it, man. Finding people willing to go to work, it's really freaking hard. I mean, half of the I'm at work. I don't know what that means. It's darn. Is that you? You mean John Paul Jones? John Paul Jones. There's John Paul Jones, the historical. There's John Paul Jones from from the band. I don't know who John Paul Jones is. Yeah, darn. Is that you? You're at work. You know of him. All right. Yeah, he's got Narcs can handle anything, man. Yeah. Yeah, well, dude, good. I mean, you took what could have been a painful, debilitating crisis, and you turned it into motivation. And now that, believe me, the higher you get up there in terms of who you are and what you have to offer, the better quality woman is going to show up. And you get to make decisions on who you want to be with. Who do you invest in? Who do you invest your time in? No, you're not. You're a goddamn T-bone steak. Just you take them lemons, baby, and you make lemonade. That's what you do, Narcs. You got it, buddy. Brock Maggiano. Been a while, man. Brock, I thought you were in Colorado. You're local? Dude, we should. I know you're local, man. Let's go have a cup of coffee, Brock. I didn't know you were in California. I thought you were out in the Midwest someplace. Yeah, man. Let's stop and have a cup of coffee, man. I'd love to meet you in person. That'd be amazing. How did I not know you don't live in California? I've Brock and his lovely lady. We've been online buddies for a long time. So definitely let's get in a room together, man. Let's do it soon. Hit me up on some back channels, all right? Barabbas. The thing is, what is equality? Like that's the thing. What is equality? Like what is everyone has? Do we have the same idea of what justice is? The same idea of what equality is? Do you understand? I mean, like that thing, like that's a term, like the word best. What's best for well, it's an opinion, right? Equality is an opinion at this point. There is no objective equality anymore. It's all opinion. Me getting what I want, that means things are equal because I get what I want. I don't know. That's a beautiful. Why we don't discuss this stuff in school and just start blaming one side or another? That's crazy. Do I still game? Not in a while. I really want to jump on again, but I just can't justify it. I have so much to do, and I think it's too lonely online for me right now. I don't like it. It's too lonely. It's too many, too much history online. Yeah. Again, there's so much I don't know about the Bosnian War. There's so much I don't know. We were not fully informed what's happening there. The Russians involved. Was it a proxy war? I don't know, man. I think we just got to be careful when we start sending off young men to die and young women. We really need to be, Here's the thing. I've been thinking about this, and I've been watching a lot of bad shit happen around, and watching how the FBI is torturing, basically going after. I don't understand the FBI. Like I said, respect for this. Now it's almost like it's not like a enforcement wing for a political party, not for the justice system. And what they did to that guy, to that Catholic father, just the way they're treating people as terrorists. Like, wait a minute. There's so many stories about this, but yet we have millions of questionable characters coming across the border. And are they keeping track of that as well? I don't know. We don't hear about that. We just hear about them basically persecuting law-abiding citizens. Anyway, I don't know. We're the only change we're going to make is when the people, because every law there is enforced by a guy carrying a gun. Every law you got, even if it's tort law, even if it's like, it's a civil law, to enact that, there's got to be somebody willing to do harm and violence to another human being. That's how laws get enforced. Think about it. When it gets down to the base, there's got to be boots on the ground who are going to walk in and drag you away or take your stuff from you. It's called the sheriff's department. Yeah, so someone's got to take your shit from you, and they will do it by gunpoint or by force. That's how all laws work in the world. There's got to be somebody with a weapon enforcing the law. And until those guys start figuring out that they're being told to do the wrong thing, we're in trouble. The cops are like, wait a minute, we can't take. But it's ideology. But it's like you're talking about the Maoists, you're talking about the Khmer Rouge, you're talking about the Bolsheviks, you're talking about the German Socialist Party, right? You have to have people who are willing to say, no, this is wrong, and who don't pick up the gun and shoot their neighbor. Until that happens, and as long as you have politicians who keep calling each other deplorables and calling each other names, dehumanizing each other, we're going to have this. This is going to happen, See, Vengeance, I love what you're doing. Learn, don't. If I say anything, buy a cheaper car and invest in a class on economics and investing. I'd say put yourself in the second class and start studying how to be a good investor. And mostly it's done by this thing called Investment Ninja. It's an AI program. Learn that shit. Yeah, learn that shit. Learn how to invest. Learn how to be your own investment advisor. And I'm telling you, you will. The economy is going to change, and making money from money is the new economy. Always has been, but now, as soon as AI starts driving trucks and as people don't want to work anymore, you're going to have more computers and robots at McDonald's and things. In 5 years, it's going to be learn the new economy. Yeah, become useful. Hey guys, yeah, I love you guys. Hey, numbers. I don't know what were they exposed for. I don't know. How can again? Here's my counterpoint. I don't know what you're referring to, but I don't hear anybody pressuring Hamas or Iran or all that stuff to stop what they're doing. There's no pressure. I say I don't hear like the little Swedish girl. I don't hear her saying anything about China stopping the coal and stopping their pollution, and anything about Latin America. It's all about shitting on the U.S. So I agree. We can do, but we do a lot here. I just don't understand why the real polluters is like India. They're a rising economy. China takes energy and coal, and they're burning shit. They're burning the forest in Amazon. Where is this outrage and pressure on them to stop? And same thing, like where's the pressure on them? Again, I agree. Israel can make some changes, no doubt. But where's the pressure on Hamas to change? Of course, you're protecting your own, and I don't fault anyone for that. My question is, where is the pressure on Hamas to stop what they're doing and help? It's like if they just left, they say, okay, we're leaving, we're gone, then Israel has no real. Okay, well then they're unjustified. But as long as they keep throwing fucking bullets at, I mean, it's just again, you got to have the ability to see both sides of the equation. Okay, let's work both sides. That is a beautiful business. And the fact you're doing it with your dad is fucking amazing. I love that. All right, Raiden, get out of here, man. Suicidal grapefruit. Glad you're here. Oh, fuck. Narcs, seriously, man. Here we are. We're having a real nice time. I can't have anything nice with you guys. I can't have, when Narcs is around, I can't have anything nice. Can't have a nice conversation. He's got to bring up that. Youngblood, by the way, the writer director is a longtime friend of mine. He called me up and said, hey, man, it's the 38th anniversary of Youngblood. I think they're going to make a remake or a sequel to it. It's called Old Blood. Yeah, I love it. You're not your job. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a little harsh, Arda, but I get it. I get it. I get it. The thing is, I know it's Fight Club. I think is this: your values are who you are, your character. Who are you? Are you, how honest can you be with yourself? How much empathy, how compassion, how can you stand there in the fire of your own opinions and sift through the reality that's in front of you? And what is reality? That's the challenge. Accumulating stuff, having the ability to make a living and take care of people, that's super important. That's the value of mine. But having the ability to sift through your own mind and your own emotions to find peace. That's to me, that's the mark of a man. And see, and this is where it gets interesting with the whole is, yeah, when they start saying that again, it's so easy. This is what happened with communism and German socialism and happened in China. You take information and then you invert it. You say, yeah, that proves my point. Well, it's like any opinion can be twisted. When you have an opinion and you call it fact, you can then twist it to make a fact in the other way. So obviously you're talking about saying, well, again, it's probably yes, all true, maybe not true. I don't know, man. It's like if you want to change behavior, everyone's got to change. If you really want to have peace and prosperity and build livable lives, then everyone's got to make an adjustment. So that's my point. All these things can be true or not true. We don't know. You don't know any of this stuff is true. It depends on the equality, but that depends on the equality you're talking about. Define equality. We all have the same shit. Well, okay, but some people that creates problems, doesn't it? Well, if I work to get it and someone just hands it to you, is that equality? Yes, you both have the same shit, but I am generating the money for you to have it. That's equality? I don't think so. Wolfie, brother, we're friends, man. You're always got access. You know that. I've been crazy busy. I'm kind of doing a whole page one rewrite of my life, which is fun. But I let a lot of things last year or so. I've let a lot of things slide that I haven't attended to. So I'm just taking care of all that now. But I'm glad you're alive and well, man. Yeah. Okay, I'm not sure that story's true. I read about this, but I know John Paul Jones. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah. I have not yet begun to fight. I'm not sure that's anyways. Hey, Em. Well, what I enjoyed was two things. That was early in my career, and I loved having a job. I loved working, so just going out to a location that's beautiful and doing that was fun. And that song, when you ever do a music video like that, you hear the song literally 100 times, so you just hear it. You can't ever listen to it again because it's just you've heard it so much. So yeah. Yeah, but again, truth is an opinion. A fact is not. Truth, what is true? I say, is it accurate? Because true has been has the word truth has been co-opted. I'm going to speak my truth. Well, I know what they're saying. I'm going to express my opinion. That's what that means. But somehow, because it's your opinion and you believe it to be, it can't be infringed upon. All of a sudden, truth has been demoted to saying, I'm going to express myself. Okay, yeah, but you may be an idiot, or you may be a genius. Doesn't mean your opinion represents an actual fact. It's an opinion. It's a accumulation of your data set, and now here's your idea of what that data set means. It's your opinion, and that's where we're really falling off the mark here. Our language is. That's why I got to defend traditional language, because if everyone has their own definitions, we're never going to fucking talk about anything because we're always going to be triggered because things don't mean the same. You know, oh, that's a coffee cup. No, that's a book. No, it's a coffee cup. No, I want to call that a book now. Yeah, but we spent 500 years trying to homogenize a language so we can communicate, so we have less misunderstanding. Now, so we're trying to destroy the whole lexicon. We have so. Again, again, we all got to agree to have words in common, you know. Yeah, but is it ethnic cleansing? I don't know if that's what it is, or is it just a police action? Again, that's the idea that, yeah, I mean that there was that element to the Bosnian War. Is that happening here? Are they really trying to destroy Israel? You know, is Hamas, is Iran, are they really trying to destroy Israel? So in that ethnic cleansing, are they trying to cleanse Israel of is that what's happening? I don't know. I don't know. I've been to Spain. I love Spain. I played hockey in Spain. Spanish wine, Spanish chorizo. I love Spain. I would love to go back. I need to travel more. Oh, Jamie, believe me, wait till you get down the road a little bit. Yes, the only thing we do not get more of, the only thing we cannot make more of is time. The clock's ticking. Now we can extend that clock, but every moment counts. How do you want to spend that moment? And anything for me, anything that has me living in the past is like being dead. So my recommendation is always move forward. Learn, adapt, learn. The things you learn today may not be applicable in 5 years, but you need to know them so you can change quickly. The idea is it's not stuffing your head full of knowledge. It's giving yourself the ability to learn and adapt quickly. That's why we study, so we can always constantly grow and adapt. Because stuff I learned in college about computers, we had cardboard punch outs for computers. Now it's different. Now it's quantum. Now quantum computing. How we went from punch cards to a quantum computer in less than 40 years, 50 years, that's amazing. But the ability to learn and adapt and how to get over that 7-minute resistance to learning. If you can be uncomfortable for 7 minutes, then all of a sudden your brain starts absorbing new information. But you got to punch through that resistance. I think I was just talking about that. Work-life balance. It's an easy balance for me. If you are not healthy, if your body is not functioning well, everything else falls off. So for me, first part is spend the first hour of your day getting your body lined up, getting your health lined up. If you do that, everything else kind of really takes its place, you know. And we live in a very sedentary life. If you're on a computer, I think for me, I have to get up and walk around every 30 minutes or I'm sore. So I think keeping your physical body, that means the food you eat, movement, nutrition and movement. You know, if you drink soda, stop. If you eat potato chips, stop. Soda is shit. It's poison. All right. Cook your food if you can. If you do not, stop going to fast food because it's made to be fast. You know, learn to cook. Learn to boil some water, put some pasta in there, some rice in there, and you have a much better life. Simple things like that. Make living your priority. Make taking care of yourself your priority. And then your job is either going to be a way to make money so you can live your life, or it's a career that you love to do. So decide what you're doing. Do you have a job that's going to provide you a certain income so you have a certain life outside of 9 to 5? Or are you doing something that you really, can you get your mind to focus on making your job another way to grow? How do I use my job? If I love my job, it's going to be easy. If I hate my job, then the challenge is how do I find things about my job to love, and how do I attract a better activity? That's all I got for you today. I think it's already happened. We just don't know it yet. Yeah. There you go, man. There you go. Yeah, because we know we've done that. Ask me how I know. I made that mistake several times. I spent a whole bunch of money on a vehicle, and oh man, that's at the end of the day, that 20 grand, if I had stuck it into Apple stock, you know, back in 1979 or 81 when I bought it, it's like, oh shit, what would that be worth right now? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I still could have got a cheaper car and still drove where I need to go, but I wanted to have an image, as if some girl is going to be more impressed because I drive a car. No, the woman you want to be with is going to say, why are you buying that? Why aren't you investing in a good woman? Is going to want a nest. And that means she's going to want you to be able to provide for that nest. Having a car means you're just sloppy with your money. Having a really fancy car, you're sloppy with your money. All right, man. Hey, Narcs, take care. I love you, brother. You know the story. Yeah, you raise it. That's the thing. When you're able to sit and listen to both sides or multiple sides and understand, okay, if we need to change it, we need to do it together. All parties have got to agree to make a change. And it's once you do that, once you trust your partner is going to do the honest work, then you have more empathy, have more patience. Okay, I see you're making changes. I'm going to try to match that. 80%, most of us in the bell curve live with integrity. We want to provide what we give, what we provide. So if you give me resentment and animosity, I'm going to return it unless I'm wicked evolved. And if you give me integrity and if you give me true actions, honest actions, then I'm probably going to return the same. There are assholes who will take advantage of it, but yeah. Is Bitcoin any good? I don't know. I have Bitcoin. It terrifies me. Digital currency terrifies me. I don't know how we keep our autonomy. And once our every transaction we have is now scrutinized, and every transaction is now can be used as a weapon against you. That terrifies me. That's horrible. That horrifies me. Bitcoin, I don't understand enough about it. I don't know. I think it's vulnerable to all types of manipulations because there is no controls over it. So I don't know, man. I need to learn more. The more I talk to people, the more people are adamant about one thing or the other. I just know Bitcoin. I'm ahead in Bitcoin. I don't know if I should cash out now or later. Somebody knows something about Bitcoin, let me know. Because I am up a little bit in Bitcoin. Do I cash out and then go back? And I don't know. I don't know. I don't have to learn more. Good for you, Wolfie. Good for you. Hey, City. Greetings and salutations to you as well. Hey, Bel Air Works.
Here's what I found.
And just said Siri. Who was the best Soviet leader? Do you think Russia would have fallen if he wasn't? No, I think the Russians have been fighting wars the way they fought it. That's how they beat the fuck out of Napoleon. Come on, come to Russia. It gets cold up here, and it's our country, and we know how to do that. You do not. So I think anybody who is running the Russian army would have pulled the same tactics. They would have just, backed down, hunkered down for the winter, let the Germans freeze themselves to death, run out of food, which is what happened. The Germans had were much more advanced with technology. Had they listened to if Hitler had listened to his commanders and said, no, let's wait, let's back off. We can't go up. Let's go up there in the summer. Let's get, and that would have given 6 more months. And that 6 months, they probably would have had an atomic bomb. So the stupidity of the German army, of the German leadership, is what destroyed. Because if they had, the Germans had pullback, like a lot of the commanders told them to do, and had just waited out the winter and not try to, take Moscow. Say, why? What's that so fucking stupid? The Germans made a lot of, for the most advanced army that ever been seen at the time. Hitler was fucking crazy. He was a fucking madman, which means that he made really bad decisions. Had they backed off and really just took their time, fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know what would happen. I think it's impossible to go back and extrapolate what could have happened. Stalin was a brutal dictator. He murdered how many millions of people? Same as Mao. How many hundreds of millions of Chinese got murdered by Mao? And now that's their whole political system. We kill people we disagree with. What's happening here? Love Trump or hate Trump, he's being fucking persecuted and prosecuted for shit that everyone does, man. For shit. I mean, we are now drifting into that territory. The whole thing with the New York, with this fucking, the real estate thing. Everybody who's ever sold real estate overvalues, and the bank says no, and there's a victimless crime. So I don't know. That, to me, that's just, if I didn't like Trump before, I'm now terrified. Like, oh, I have to vote for this guy because look what the other side's doing. We're becoming a banana republic. It's terrifying. Well, Putin just became powerful because he said, fuck the West. We're Russians, and we, here. And he was, Russia got, I mean, I'm not a Russian apologist, but I do see I do see the behaviors that come out of Europe. And, remember, Russia has been invaded every century for the last 300 years. The French did it. The Germans did it twice. So they're saying, fuck you. We're done with you guys invading us. They want buffer states, And it's about money, and it's about things we'll never know about. But unfortunately, a lot of people have to die, and that's awful. All right, get out of here, Navarre. Yeah, we're about an hour in, so I'm closing down here. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The idea of communism was invented back in the 1800s, but it got turned. It became a manifesto. We just got. Basically, what happened was, from what I understand, is that the intellectuals who were fucking not respected because they offer nothing except ideas, which is not a bad thing, but the farmers have all the power. The people who knew how to build things had all the power. And then you had these miserable intellectuals who had no power because, they're, philosophers, which is important, but they're powerless, and they wanted this, they felt they were more inadequate. And so they just took young minds, and they kind of, people who grow food are bad because they have money, and you should have money. They just, because they know how to grow food, and they killed all the fucking farmers. And then they starved to death, and they blame, and then they learned that if you flip things on its head and you blame somebody, get enough people agreeing with it, now you have a movement, and you basically destroy yourself. So Putin came back and he said, well, we're going to have we're going to be about Russians. And he turned, it's just, when you look at the progression, it's like when you take these ideas of creating an enemy, and then you all rally against that enemy. Now, if you think the enemy is your next door neighbor because, they want to carry a gun, or they want to kill a baby, whatever you're holding to here, that when you make them the enemy for that one idea, then there's nothing's possible, Are you guys? How many are watching on X Live? Because I can't. This is all again. I tried to use some tools, and I think everything's a mess. I literally lost my website. Let's see. What we got here. Energy drink are terrible. Terrible, terrible. I used to do that. I don't do supplement. I do a very limited supplements, mostly there's two products I trust. I use them, but I don't do any of that shit anymore. Any of it. I feel so much better. So I'm way behind the feet, aren't I? Electric vehicles and Bitcoin. I agree. There you go. I love Brock. I agree. I agree. No, he's not worshipped, but he's feared. Basically, yeah, it's worshipped by the party members because if you just go watch the movie 1984 by George Orwell, you'll see what that's about. That if you show any type of dissent from the authority, from authoritarianism, you're now an enemy of the state. So this happened. It's happening here in America. If you show any kind of resentment for the Biden administration, you are now you're treated like a terrorist. And yeah. So that's kind of exactly what's happening. You know. Hey, Sarge, hope you have a great day. It's my birthday. Happy birthday, Speedy VR. They had the most advanced navy. The Japanese navy was second to none. It was Japan had built an empire. They were raping and pillaging Nanking. They're going through Korea. They're just destroying all. They were the powerhouse. They'd taken all this Western technology, and basically it was handed to them by the British. The British handed it to them, and they became. Yeah, Japanese are a very interesting culture. I spend a lot of time there. I love country. There again, Brock. 100%. What happened was there's no victim. Like the banks, no one got screwed. There's no fraud. That's a bargaining tactic that's been used through. You go to a car dealership, right? The guy selling you the car is not going to give you the lowest possible price. He's going to give you a higher price, and you negotiate down with them or up. There's no fraud. You make an agreement. It's just so obvious what's happening there, and it makes you not want to trust what's happening anywhere. Oh, 100%. I mean, if you just the way they treated the whole case, and again, Trump doesn't make it easier because he does mouth off and he does say, and I get that, but at the same time, I just look at the fact that there is no crime. He's doing exactly what everyone. So you have to indict every single real estate developer in the country because everyone does that. If you sell your house and you go to the bank, you want to get a second mortgage out of your house. You go to the bank, say the house is worth X amount of dollars. Well, no, we think it's worth this. So we're going to look. It's a practice. It's a business practice. You put your value on it, and someone agrees it doesn't agree with that value. That is a business. It's ludicrous. It's fucking ludicrous. Isn't he a rapper? Well, did I catch up to the feed? Oh yeah. Hey Yoko. Well, that's a problem. Like RFK doesn't have anybody's support. He's on the ballot, but he doesn't have the machine support. I mean, I like RFK. Actually, I like him. I prefer Ron DeSantis would be a little more presidential. He's a little too high pitched. I like DeSantis a lot. I like the guy from Texas a lot. but I don't know. Again, there's things I don't know about both of those men that, but I think what they're doing in Texas is great in terms of the border. All right, Razor, go ahead, dinner, man. Peace and love. Yeah, it makes you wonder, right? There is, when you look around and you see the Chinese investment all over Latin America, all over Africa, people may hate America but when the Chinese finish with these countries, they're going to wish we had been there, because at least there's a balancing element to the U.S. and Europe to a smaller extent. There is none with China. It is like their whole idea is to, all right. Yeah. Well, does it take votes from Biden or does it take votes from Trump? I think there's a lot of Trump people who think he's a good option too. So I think it's going to be a wash. I think he'll siphon off votes equally. I know a lot of conservatives who really think what he's got to say is important. But that's mostly people who don't like the vaccine mandates. They're about to come out again, I think. I was reading that. Anyways, yeah, there's so much I don't know, so much I need to figure out. All right, Toby, get out of here, man. It's a good day. Yeah, I've got about another. I'm going to stay until 1:15. I got some work to do. I want to get it done. It's been a great morning. I love these conversations. It's such intelligence, and I love that people can sit here and hear things without getting triggered and going off. Well, maybe people are triggered. I don't know. I don't really pay attention anymore. I haven't been. And if like and like and follow, leave a comment. Apparently, you're supposed to do that. It makes the channel stronger. So please leave comments down below on the YouTube channel. Hit the like button, please. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Subscribe to the channel. But apparently, subscribing and leaving comments and likings are good for the channel. So let's do that. Instagram, over there, I'm never there. I rarely go on Instagram, but join that. I do pick up messages there. So somebody wants to get in touch with me, that's probably a way to do it. The Twitter, I haven't been on there in a long time. So let's again click subscribe and click and like if you haven't. Do it right now. Subscribe right now. Hit the button. Leave a comment. Something nice in the. Oh, actually, yeah, I have a Streamer League has reached out. We're going to do a big signing with the Call of Duty community. It's on April 9th, I believe it is, with Streamer League. I will be posting links to that in different places. But yeah, April 9th, the big stream. I do have more Funko Pops. I do have, I may have T-shirts. I got T-shirts coming. You can't kill me. This is baby. So those are coming out soon. Yeah. All right, let's wind it up. Got any last salvos? Any last questions? Any last inputs? Has anybody been offended? You want to express the your level of offense in a very in mature and cognitive and cohesive way? I'm offended. You use a word I don't like. Oh my God, I'm offended. I see people do that. It's insane. See, well put. Well put. You're offended I'm leaving so soon. 6 minutes, man. 1:50. I gotta leaving at well, it's 10:13 a.m. So I'll be leaving in the show lasts an hour and 15 minutes. Any good stuff? Any new things happening? Anything coming out of mine? No, not yet. Again, I with my life, there's always this position of there's a job. There's someone called you. They're interested in this for you. Are you available? Yes, I am. And then either it happens or it doesn't happen. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think Darwin will be. I think I have. What's next? Let me check this calendar. See what's going on. I got something going on next weekend. I'm on doing a podcast, the Misinformation Podcast. It's a good one. I did it years ago. Yeah, the Misinformation Podcast. It's going to be a remote. I'm going to be in. I'm going to. They're in town, so I'm going to be joining them for a podcast. I may have my niece on next week. She'd be in town. She's a stand-up comedian. Her name is Kemley. She may come on the show. I don't know what her deal is. She may be too busy for me, which is fine. And yeah, Brock, dude, dude, man, you're local, dude. Let's grab a cup of coffee, man. Meet face to face. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, let's see. Hey, Sarge, do you miss? I talk to Dave a lot. Dave and I are in contact. We're friends. We're friends off ice as well as on ice, I should say. So we're always in contact. We have we do things other than just games. Do I miss Call of Duty? Do I miss the camaraderie of that team? Yes. Do I miss? I don't really miss things. My life is full. You know, I have a lot going on. I don't really miss a lot of things ever. I always got the next thing happening. So I really don't want to spend a lot of time conjuring up ghosts, the past. That was a great experience. Lasted, well, it's still going on. I'm talking to you guys now, it's still going on. It's a great experience. I appreciate it. Dave and I are still friends. I'm sure, you know, Jay and I are still friends. I've talked to Mark Lamia once in a while. You know, everyone's moved on to different parts of their life. I mean, what's his name? Just left. He started his own company. Vondi just has his own company. So everybody's moving on, man. The game is different. I think the game is different for a reason because the people who originated have moved on to other things. So this new generation's coming in, bringing their own ideas, and the people who are, you know, originalists, they're not going to recognize the game because it's made by different people. It's not the same people. So the game is going to be different. Their attitudes are going to be different. The way that things happen are going to be different because the people who are making the game are now different. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are retired. So, no, good question, by the way. All right, we are at 13 minutes. We're closing it out. I'll be back here next Saturday, and then I'll be off doing a podcast. I'll tell you about that. April 9th, there's a Streamly signing. There's going to be a lot of cast. I think Barry Sloan. There's going to be a lot of people there that you're going to enjoy talking to, and who I haven't talked to in a while. So that's going to be great. And yeah, you know, it's we are 1 minute and counting. Got shit to say? Spit it out. I think it's time we're going to do bacon and eggs this morning. Yeah, bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs. I do have a couple cans of Spam though. I should try. I love Spam and eggs. Oh, Spam. My one big I say guilty pleasure is Spam. It's just salty fat goodness. It's like bacon, salty goodness. I'm sure it's just awful for your body, but cook it up, man. Little piece of bacon, good link sausage every now and then. Yeah, my body can handle it. 8 seconds. Anybody out there say? Yeah, Brock, you know. All right, so that's it. We are done for the day. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for talking. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for being part of the show. I love our conversations. Let's do it again. And see you next week. All right, guys. What's up?